Well, it snowed, and that one little path is not going to do. We need to get this giant drift, as well as all of the other giant drifts, and all this snow out of the driveway. I figure we'll start off with some cold starts. Let's start with this one. No, that doesn't have a fuel tank in it. Okay, we'll start with this one. There's no engine in it. We'll start with Barry. Actually, I don't think Barry's got keys in it. I'll have to go find those. We'll start with Carrie 2.0, which actually isn't really a cold start. It was running an hour ago, because I've been driving it all around the Twin Cities today. But you might as well, right? Carrie is showing 211,020 miles on the clock. Fire's right up. It's been long enough, it actually cooled off completely. That's how cold it is outside. It's only been 1 hour. Not even. It was, I pulled in at like 12:07. And that's how cold it is outside. Anyway, I'm going to let Carrie warm up again. Because I got to move it out of the way, the snow and everything. We'll just pull it back here where the wind kind of, did my work for me. We'll check to see if Barry's got keys. I don't think Barry does. I gotta go dig those out. I don't know where they are. Dad put them who knows where. They're probably in his car with him. Barry is showing 203,585 miles and no keys. Are they under the mat? Oh, I couldn't get so lucky, could I? Oh, well, there you go. Knocked all the snow off, too. Got to do that as well. Truck. I know the truck was running this morning. Dad drove that, but who knows how long it's been sitting. Okay. I suppose I don't have to move it, but we'll fire it up for you guys. If the keys are in it. Yes, they are. 187,609 miles. Turn that off. It is cold. Oh, that was weird. It clicked the first time. Huh. Well, we'll ignore that. Turn the heat on. Let that thing warm up again. I'll probably move it from where it's at. As you can see, these are not going anywhere until this is done, because the drift is almost as tall as the hood. All right, old van, let's go. Which is ironic because it's the newest van I own. The newest car I own, actually. Period. 325,097 miles. This is a real cold start. It is 7 degrees. Fire's right up. This hasn't been running in 2 days, I think. Maybe a day and a half. We'll actually let this one warm up and de-thaw, and I'll brush it off. Get all this snow off of it. Ice. It's mostly ice. And then next to that is Blondie, the 2000 Chrysler Grand Voyager. I moved it at the same time as this to block the shed in, or the carport. Okay, there we go. As you can see, it's ice, because it rained before it snowed. And Blondie has 115,839 miles. Fire's right up. There. Let that do some work on this ice, so hopefully I'll be able to brush it off. Should we start the Tiburon? I think the Tiburon will start. You guys don't get to see much of this. This is my mom's poor old car. I know there's like 2 or 3 of you guys that have asked about it. And it's a super low mile car. She bought it new. It's a one-owner car. I can't really show you right here because of the snow, but unfortunately it was in a small fender bender this spring, and that fender is foobar, and so is the headlight and the hood. But I hibachi autoed it back together, and she's been driving it anyway. These are really hard to find parts for up here. Body panels, because the cars don't exist. This one I actually have to brush off, and the technique here is to get it all over my hand. I got gloves. They're right here. I'm not wearing them. I'm doing this for you guys. Look at that. Crack the seal. Isn't that nice? Didn't even get any inside. I'm a professional. Oh, okay. Oh, this thing is a 5-speed manual with, I think it's a 1.9 or 1.8 liter, whatever, inline 4. It's got, what, 51,764 miles. She leaves it in gear, no parking brake, so neutral. And hold the clutch in anyway. Oh, this thing's a mess. It's dirty. Poor little car. But it runs freaking good. Turn the defrost on, heat on. Nice. Fires up every time. That battery is like 6 years old now, too. Let off the clutch, and we're good to go. Just gonna let that little girl run. Oh, okay. Poor old thing. It's a nice car, too. Was a nice car. As you can see, Minnesota's gotten to it. It's got some nice American racing wheels on it. She got from the dealer. That was a dealer option. And then because winter and salt, the chrome flaked off of them like 1 year after she bought the car, and she had to make a huge fit with the dealership, and they told her to go screw it herself. So they just kind of been like that now. That is, I think, its third set of tires. She had a set of tires put on it at 30,000, and then they were on it so long that they dry rotted away. So I put those on it a couple years ago when I did all 4 brakes on it. And if you know these cars, the front brakes are a pain in the ass because they're captive rotors, so you have to pull the bearing apart and press it out to do the rotors. So got all new bearings and rotors. It's got a new muffler on it, among other things. So I try to keep the car up. At least I keep it running. I got to do the timing belt in it. It's due for a timing belt. It's on its original still. So you know how that goes. But it's running good. It's a cool old sports car. It's fun to drive. It's really fun to drive, though. So that's what this is. It's not as nice as it is, but it's a really cool low-mile, one-owner, 5-speed manual Hyundai Tiburon. There's no cars back there that run. The truck, the blue Ford will run, but the battery's unhooked. And that one needs the fuel tank's been out of it for 6 months. That's why it's sitting there. The frame there isn't much left of that frame. That old Ford needs to go to the junkyard. It's got 340,000 miles on it. And we've got the tank out to put a pump in it. And I think we're gonna like brace the frame with something if I can find something to weld to. But I don't know. I don't really care. Anyway, I think that's it for cold starts. So I'm gonna warm my hands up. Oh no, we got Barry. I'm gonna go find the keys. We'll fire up Barry. And then I'm gonna get you guys on the tripod, and we're gonna start moving some snow. Everything's running, except Barry. Come on, Barry. Hasn't run in a while either. It's been kind of here. Dad used it. I think he's got some materials in here from the last house he just put carpet in. So you got to get all that out of there at some point. But Barry's been put to work. She's working hard, which is good. Beats the junkyard it was destined to be in. Huh? How about that, guys? I have de-thawed my hands. I have one glove on, and I have the spare key for Barry, the 93 Caravan. Barry hasn't run in probably a week or two. I think a week. So we'll see what happens here. Oh. Barry also lacks a little bit of rockers. Right. And Dad says it kind of starts funny sometimes. It doesn't always run on 4. So we'll see what happens here. Fired right up for me. I think it's running on 4. Sounds good to me. Yeah, it sounds fine. I know I replaced the idle air control valve. He was having stalling issues, and we replaced that, and that seemed to have fixed it. But that sounds okay. A little clanky, but nope, there it goes right there. You guys just listen to it heal itself. Poor old motor. That's a tired old motor, and it was run pretty long with that head gasket out. But, as you can hear it, it's running fine on all four right now. So, all right. I got 2 more cold starts for you here. I'll get you set up. This right here, you guys may have seen in the background recently. This is a 1994 Arctic Cat 440 Cougar. It is a one-owner snowmobile. My dad bought this brand new in 1994. She's seen better days. I think, let me look at the mileage for you. It's all original. The engine's not been out of it as far as I know. It's got 4,700 miles on it. He just put a new fuel tank pickup in it because the fuel lines rotted off. So all new fuel lines, new pickup, had both the carbs gone through and tuned. And he went to start it after we got the carbs on and the original choke cable broke. So we've got this rigged up out of my 580 for now until we get a new choke cable and everything for this one. But get this thing fired up. So for you guys that don't know snowmobiles, first thing you want to do, especially when they're stored outside like this, which isn't ideal, but this thing's a 31-year-old sled. It's fine. Make sure your shutoff is free. Make sure your throttle is free. Make sure your brake is free. That was stuck, by the way. That was froze. Make sure that's all free. Make sure your hand warmers are on. If you still got a key that's not broke off in the ignition, turn your key on. Brush all the snow off of it, off the headlight. Make sure your vents are clear. And then you want to pick up your skis because they might be frozen. Give it a good bash. Like that. Obviously, brush your seat off. This thing's got ice on it. And then you want to break the tracks and the suspension free. So I just kind of pick up here. Just kind of drop it a little bit. Now, if your snowmobile is indoors or, you know, not out here, some of that stuff is negligible, but full choke, this thing's going to fire up in 3 pulls. Obviously, check your oil. This is a 2-stroke motor. I know it's full. Check your fuel. I know it's got fuel in it. I can't even read that. It doesn't matter. Remember, it's 7 degrees out. Come on, 3rd pull. What did I tell you? Let it warm up a little bit. As you can see, it's carbureted, a little cold-blooded. It'll warm up. Let's see what we can do here. Note that I'm in tennis shoes, by the way. She took a little coaxing. There was some ice on the tracks from where it was sitting in the ground. Obviously, ideally you don't leave it on the ground when it freezes and melts like that, because it'll drag, so it doesn't want to move. And also it's still cold, but it's warm now and it's running okay. So I got one more cold start, and it's whatever snowblower wants to run and plow snow today. We're gonna go with this old girl right here. This is the bigger one of the two. It's got an old Tecumseh on it. This thing is older than anything here by like 20 years. This thing is an ancient old girl, but runs good. The belts are starting to go in the trans. It needs a new belt kit and everything. That one's also a Tecumseh. I think that one's even older than this one. That one's got a carburetor issue where it, I think the float's sticky or something, and it'll starve itself for fuel. So that's Dad's issue to figure out. And then that one up there is a newer snowblower. I don't know. I think it's a Tecumseh on there too, to be honest, but it's a newer one, like slightly newer. I think that's what's on here, right? It sure looks like one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, you know the deal. That's the backup here. This one runs good, drives good. It's just smaller. We need that big old girl for these. So we're gonna see if that'll fire out. All right. My hands are kind of cold again because I'm operating phone, camera, whatever. But they should warm up here now. Obviously, snowblower is snowblower. I don't know. It sounds like a lot of you guys don't get snow, so maybe you don't know what these are really. So I guess we'll start here. Make sure all your gears are free and everything. This has got ice and snow all over it. We're going to leave that transmission in third gear. This thing's a 4-speed plus reverse. We're going to leave it in third. You can set your idle here, which was froze on mine. You want to give her all the beans when you're snow blowing on this one. This one does have an electric start provision. It does not work. Then right here, this is your auger, or at least your thrower for the auger. And you can change the angle of your snow so you don't get snow blown in your face or whatever. Make sure your fuel shutoff is on. Looks like it was left on. I think, yeah. So that's good to go. Make sure it's got fuel in it. It's full. This is a 4-stroke, so it doesn't take 40 to 1 or whatever. Make sure the oil's good in it. Full. Looks kind of clean too. So this one must have had its oil changed at some point recently. Make sure the auger's free. Good to go. All of the sacrificial bolts in there have been replaced with nut and bolt. Thanks, Dad. Key is on. I'm not even going to touch it because it's kind of froze. We're going to go kind of fullish throttle. We're going to go full choke. 4 pumps on the prime, and it second pull. Oh! And this one is kind of cool, buddy. You got to feather the choke back and forth until it warms up a little bit. First pull. We're going to give it 2 more primes, full choke. Might want more fuel. Yeah. Come on. It wants more. It's not flooded. It wants more fuel. Maybe. Come on. Maybe I did flood it. Yeah. Throttle. Had it going. The key is to keep this thing going. Don't kill it. Yeah. Come on. Well, there's a little jump in time. So it was recording. It obviously got some of it, but it turned itself off. But I turned it back on and it said 0%. And then I brought it in and plugged it in, and all of a sudden it's at 50% again. I knew it wasn't dead. I don't think this phone battery this phone is giving me trouble, this new one. It's an S25 Plus. Whatever. I'm over it. It went dead. Well, went dead. But now it's running again, so I'm going to attempt to film a little more, but we'll see. Anyway, what I did is I got this all blown out, pulled everything out, and then I shoveled this off, and then I knocked the rest of that drift down, and we're about to finish blowing that drift off this way. I'm blowing everything this way because the wind is blowing this way, and I don't want snow blowing in my face. But we've got this big part all cleared off in front of the garage. Now we just need to knock this drift down a little bit there, and the main driveway is clear. Now we just got to move over there and clean those up, and then get those drifts out of the way. So this shouldn't take too long. But there's a little taste at clearing snow and stuff for those of you who aren't super familiar with it. Pushing that back on the ice was fun. I had to sit down on my knees and kind of roll the tire because I couldn't get traction to push it. Old workhorse right here, she's doing pretty good. It's nice soft snow though, so it's easy to mulch up and blow. Okay, so I let this thing charge for a little bit. I kind of brushed everything off. I shoveled all this out here on this walkway. And then I kind of cleaned up here, put everything back. You guys need to charge a lot more. You're dead. The cold kind of gave the battery a false reading, I think. And it kind of went dead on itself. So what I want to do really quick, let's see if Old Van and Blondie will power through those snow drifts. Because I want to get them out over there where the driveway is kind of, this wind blew the snow off. So I can shut them off and just let them sit. I don't want to leave them running for another hour while I snow blow or whatever, you know what I mean? So let's see if we can do this quick. Where do we get stuck? All right, well that worked out well. So they're kind of on ice. I had just enough of a hill, and the 2005 has just enough reverse to kind of roll me back enough so I got a running start. And then obviously the path was already plowed for Blondie. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys charge. I got a lot to snow blow here. We gotta get a path here, going back to the log splitter there for the wood stove for the garage. Obviously a little bit up here in the front. And we got all those drifts right there. And then all around here and everything. All right, well, phone's all charged up now. I got all this snow blowed out, and then I shoveled this up front here just to get all the loose stuff out so it doesn't get super packed in like it already is. The second driveway, as we call it, the road going to the back woods and the shed and everything, that's all snow blowed there, all the way back. Got my truck parked back there. I got this path shoveled out, or blowed out. That nice drift there. I saved us a little bit here. We got to get this whole drift here and get this spot cleared out so I can get those two right back there. And I figure I'll hopefully let you guys watch. Well, there we go. That's it all snow blowed out. Could come in there with a shovel, but there's so much ice here. I actually want that to pack down. You get better traction in the snow than you do in the ice. Anyway, I'm gonna take a shovel and go in front of the carport, though, at the very least. Otherwise, I think we're done with all the work. That took me quite a while. Neighbor's out there. He can't even get in his driveway. He has to take his tractor and shovel out his driveway with the tractor first. I figure, let's get the vans. I'm gonna get them all parked up back to where they should be. And then I think I'll let this thing warm up a little bit. Apparently the batteries in this new phone, not as good as my S23. That thing was a tank. And maybe we'll have a little bit of fun with that right there. All right, we got two spectators over here. The old van and Blondie. Let's see if we can have some fun here quick. Snowmobile's already running if you can hear it. Obviously don't be me, wear a helmet, but you know, Shred's okay. Those carbs definitely need some work still, but you know, I didn't touch them. Need a little more snow on the field, but it's enough to kind of putz around, as you can tell. Let's go for a cruise. Now because of this, I got no brakes, so we're just gonna be easy on her. Okay, I'm wearing a helmet, but it's only because I'm cold. So, you're welcome. I need a GoPro. I'd take you guys with me. So we're just gonna have more fun. We'll do a few more passes. And then I think I'm gonna call it. So, enjoy the show, and I will see y'all next time here. Hopefully warmer, but you know.